This number one mistake has cost me time, money, and energy. And what mistake is that, you might ask? Not having a marketing strategy. Now, marketing is something that we hear all the time. You have to market your business. But I found that even though I knew that marketing could increase the referrals that I had coming into my business, I did not have a marketing strategy. And actually, only now am actually working through my systems in my business to create that marketing strategy. So, a lot of people always talk about having a niche. And really, some people say that if you don't have your niche, then that's the reason why you're not bringing in your referrals. But I would have to say that even if you do have a niche, but you don't have a way to connect your practice to that person or to that ideal client, then it doesn't matter. That is just like having a whole bunch of perfect clinical skills, but nobody knows you. So I personally have a specialty in my niches working with people that have experienced trauma. But if I'm not out there connecting to people that have experienced trauma, then how will I actually be able to help them? By default, I will not have anybody coming into my practice. Now, part of what I have done in terms of marketing strategies has been to connect not with just one person, but with organizations. Organizations, I believe, is by far the number one way to have an increase in your client referrals automatically, and also to have sustainable client referrals. In fact, this was actually how I was able to actually start my therapy practice. So for those of you all that don't know how I got started, I actually registered my private practice in 2011. So we're talking a long time from today. I didn't actually get started for real until 2013. And there's a reason for that. Part of it was lack of confidence. Part of it was just perfectionism and wanting to create so much and try to make sure everything was just right before I actually started it. But it wasn't until 2013 that I partnered up with an agency that I used to work for. Again, the know and like factor, that then their people started to reach back out to me and say that they wanted to continue seeing me for therapeutic services. So once you have that connection with someone, then they, even if one client at a particular company, or if you have a connection with someone that is a staff person at a particular company, then that is your buy-in, and that is a way that you can easily connect with your ideal client and have referrals just busting down the door. In fact, me having this connection was the very thing that actually allowed me to grow into a group practice. So again, my reasonings for why I believe is not just niching down in your private practice, but is also to connect with an organization or some sort of agency that has a whole lot of your ideal clients. So I want you to stop even right now and think about it. Ask yourself this question: what is your niche? What is your specialty? What organization right now in your area would you be able to reach out to offer your services to? And it would have to be a place that you know has an influx of your ideal client. So you're not just going to one person giving out a business card here and there. Not like that. You're literally connecting with one agency who always speaks to that ideal client. And that's what you're going to use to help bring in clients for you. That was my number one mistake, and I hope you don't make the same mistake too. So the next step, if you have not already done this, is to identify your ideal client. I actually have already written out several questions that you could ask yourself to help you to identify information that about your ideal client that you can then use in your marketing strategy. Now, these answers to the questions will not only be things that you can use in social media, but it can actually be something that you use when you are in person and you are talking about your services and the transformation that your clients will make and have made as a result of working with you. What I hope you have learned is that yes, your niche is important and having a specialty is important. You also need to find organizations where your clients can be found. Take care, authentic therapists.